Here's an update of the Food Forest garden. It's the 20th of July. I thought I'd get an update in to show you some of these beautiful flowers. I mean, I don't even think I've got to do much talking. I just sort of let the garden speak for itself. I'm absolutely blessed, and I think this is what they mean by you reap what you sow. So yeah, sit back, enjoy. I'll just do a small commentary of some of the plants if they pop up. So in there, the purple, they're all the sweet peas growing in amongst the sunflowers and the calendula and the mint. There's the sunflowers, as tall as me. Oh, absolutely beautiful. I've noticed such an increase in biodiversity already as well. These 4 or 5 different species of butterfly, flies, bugs. It's like 6 in the morning, so everything's just getting ready to open up. Here's a mixed bed, got the sage in amongst the broccoli, perennial broccoli that is, so it comes back every year. There's some courgette plants that came up on their own accord last year. Beautiful. Been eating the courgettes, been eating some of the tree spinach and the onions. These are gladioli, just waiting for them to flower. This is the tree spinach, growing really well. That's the parsley, gone to seed, so I'll be having some of them seeds next year. There are some chives down there, they may be getting shaded out a little bit. This is all part of it. Over here, this white plant, this is the medieval vegetable. This is a skirret, flowering nice in amongst the potato foliage is in there. We've got a lupin in there, that's here as a nitrogen fixer. This is the annual carrot that I never harvested last year. I left to go to flower, producing loads of seeds for us. In amongst there, we've got the geranium Rosanne. That has just been producing flower after flower. I haven't even been deadheading. There's 3 of them, there's no one there. There's one hiding in amongst there, and that is a Cosmos, a daisy family. Again, just allowed to pop up out of nowhere. There's another broccoli. This is an aster, can't remember exactly what type, still waiting to be blessed with the flowers. This is marshmallow. Some beautiful flowers on there, I've been loving them. The hazelnut tree at the back, isn't that lovely? Dwarf apple tree. There's some cheeky sunflowers popping up there. I just allowed like what people would normally consider as weeds, like these dead nettles. I've just allowed them to come through as well and sort of fill the gaps. This is a dwarf pear tree. Welsh onions. A dwarf plum tree. It's supposed to be, but it's huge. Jerusalem artichokes have absolutely taken over the side of the garden. As I planned, that's why I sort of put them right out of the way there. What's in amongst here? In amongst here, we've got a Judah reptans. That is a bugleweed. We've got 3 of those. And we've got alpine strawberries here. They're the main crowns. And we've got little crowns of alpine strawberries starting to spread everywhere. There. So it's looking good. So yeah, throughout the years where most of this is perennial, it's just going to get better and better. There's a black currant. There are some black currants there as well. Look at those. Let's taste one, a bit sharp. Oh, very tall. Yeah, more alpine strawberries. Keep going around everywhere. This is a calendula I let come up, but I did plant this yarrow. This is a red flowering yarrow. looking beautiful. Strawberries, Siberian bellflower, asparagus, left. Gonna be like 2 or 3 years before that establishes, before I'm actually harvesting any of it. This is another skirret here. Well, this is my only dahlia that popped up. Misty Day, I think it's called. Got another flower head coming there. That is, honestly, it's a thing of beauty. It's been in flower. This has been like this for about a week or so now. It's looking fantastic. So happy. Moving on, lots of calendula in amongst my Tortondine kale. This is a perennial kale. It's all organic in my garden. No pesticides, no nothing. I've just been coming out every day and checking the leaves, the young leaves, mainly making sure there's no caterpillars feasting. Got another Tortondine there, still going. It's his little brother. Lupin, white one. As these flowers have been finishing, I've been cutting the heads off to try and stimulate extra flushes of flowers. This is a lemon verbena. Been using some of those leaves. Very tasty, very good in teas. There's another sage down there, and yeah, they are all the Jerusalem artichokes, or sunchokes, some people call them. Some more tree spinach knocking about there, and over this side, all I planted in this bed this year, I've let everything else come up. All I planted was this red valerian, which was kindly given to me by one of the volunteers at the group that I volunteer with in Dagenham. Red valerian, I planted that. Everything else has come up. Even this nasturtium, I noticed, has come up from last year's seeds. More calendula. This is a sweet corn that I planted. I had spare. It's a mini pop. So, yeah, that's one thing to say about it. With this mini popcorn, we're not looking for fertilised buds. These are the female silks starting to come out. We've already had the male come out, but I've actually chopped that off because we don't actually want the pollen. We just want them unfertilised. So I chop them off so that they don't fertilise mistakenly. I've got a couple of tomatoes that came up from last year. So I've tied them up. They're looking okay, starting to produce flower trusses. I also planted this. I believe this is sedum ice plant. Again, another volunteer at the group I volunteered with kindly gave it to me. I thought it'd make a lovely addition to the garden. So it's here. It looks like it's getting ready to flower. Seems happy. And yeah, this is another tomato that came up again on its own accord. The variety here is called Sweet Million. They produce these beautiful triangular trusses of tomatoes, as you can see. Yeah, tied them up. Here I've had some bean seeds come up from my plants that I had growing here last year. I've even left the foliage as a nice little feature stroke habitat for little insects and invertebrates. This variety is called Blue Lake. It's a climbing French bean variety, and yeah, it seems to be doing well. I've got at least 3 plants there. They're climbing up there, should give us some flowers. Fantastic. Just my nursery pot of calendula, and oh, I did do a cutting of josterberry. So, and that looks like that's coming through okay. You know, I've had this bad heat. Yeah. So happy. Honestly, it gives me nothing but joy. First thing in the morning, I'm up walking around. Last thing in the evening, walking around. I really recommend just looking into food, forest, permaculture, and doing what you can. There's a mint flower, comes up everywhere, and that's a josterberry bush. What I did take a cutting from and kept in that pot there. And those sweet peas, I never planted them, they just come up, and I've just allowed them to grab hold of everything. All growing in unison, all growing in one. Polyculture, permaculture. just so satisfying. Thank you for taking the time to have a look around, and I look forward to updating you with some decent harvests later on in the autumn, winter. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, whatever you're up to. And yeah, tune in. I've been very delayed in providing allotment updates, but it is going well over there, I promise. I will hopefully get round and doing a little update over there for you in time. Yeah, be lucky. Over and out.